Cora Jakes Coleman comes from a prestigious family that in no way overshadows her own gifts and talents. Cora serves as the Executive Director of Destiny House Children's Ministry at the Potter's House of Dallas, where she's able to impact the lives of children and teach them the importance of Christ. She's not only a spiritual mother, she's also a mother to Amari and Jason, as well as a loving wife to Brandon. Her fertility faith blog has helped change lives. Her writing has encouraged women and families that are suffering from infertility.
I am speaking fertility faith and speaking life into the infertile being so that we can begin to produce our dreams and produce our promises no matter what our fear is.
Cora is a dynamic, down-to-earth preacher who captures God's heart with her prayers and inspires her audience to faith it with her pen, her prayer, and her platform. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cora Jakes Coleman.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I am so glad that you decided to start your Monday off with me because I decided to start my Monday off with you. And remember, we are turning miserable Mondays into message Mondays, not messy Mondays, but message Mondays in this season for the Lord. So today I got a question from one of our viewers, and she asked me, where's my ministry taking me? Am I ready for the big push that the Lord has placed in me in this season? And my answer to that is yes. I am ready. I am so ready. I believe that God has placed something in me for the world, for the nation, for the people. I believe that God has placed nations inside of me to deliver the sick, to deliver the hurting, to deliver the faithless. And so I'm absolutely ready. I have been hidden in the back, preparing myself, studying myself, building my relationship with God, because I understand that in this world, in our community, it can be very difficult for a woman in ministry to be able to effectively minister without judgment and without scrutiny and without being swallowed up for the opinions of people. Instead of being appreciated for the gift, you get slaughtered for your preference or your personal stance in life. And so I wanted to make sure that I spent a lot of time preparing my skin for those of you who are not very kind, for those of you who are not non-judgmental, for those of you who have the stones in your hand. I had to make sure that my skin was very tough. And so I am ready, I am prepared. I have learned that in life I am called to be a giant and a David. I don't know how that really works, but the Lord is helping me figure it out every single day. My ministry, I hate to put God in a box and say, this is where my ministry is going. But I can tell you what I hope. I hope that my ministry is going international. I hope that my ministry is going up. I hope that my ministry is bringing hope and faith. I hope that my ministry is leaping and is going to change the world. My hope and my prayer and my faith is that my ministry be mountain-sized, that I be able to make a difference. I was just talking to my husband about this, how I want to make sure that I make a difference, that my name matters, that when I leave this world that somebody can say that I changed their life for the better, that they faith better, that they believe better, that they smile more. I would pray that my life is a good monument to God's ability. I would pray that my ministry is a good ministry and a good message to God's ability. I would hope that because of my humility and by my humbleness and obedience to what God would have me to do, that because of that He will take me to open doors and that I'll be granted access to things instinctively by God that I wouldn't have been able to have access to if it was just me and myself. I would pray that my ministry is a consistent vessel to God's ability. I know the push, I know the expectation, but I also know that God will never put more on me than I can bear. And in that, I cast all of my cares onto God. So I have an I don't care mentality for the cares that man would try to place on me, because I place all of my cares, all of my ministry, all that I am on God, that He might use it for His perfect will. And so if you have ministry, if you have a message, if you have a vessel, then cast it all on to God. Give it to Him. He can do better with it than you can. I know you don't believe it just yet, but I promise you He can. I was watching my sister get an award for becoming an overcomer, and I prayed that God would place me on the road to greatness if that was His perfect will for me. And right after that prayer, everything started spinning. It was amazing, and it is still amazing. It is a humbling, honored privilege that I had to be able to help you. And so I do hope that you use your testimony to help someone else. I do hope that you use your message to minister to someone else. I do hope that as you recognize the push in me, that you recognize the push in you, and that you go forward. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week. I'll see you next week. Mwah. I pray that you understand that you are royalty, that you are the daughter and son of the King of Kings, that everything that you need is in your mouth. I pray that you begin to speak life and that you remove yourself from dead things and dead places. I pray that you understand that God has placed a specific mantle on you, a specific body for you, and that you go after your purpose to gain that specific mantle and to gain that specific body of people that are yearning for your story, your testimony. It is time for you to reach. It is time for you to speak. I pray that you go, and that you go with all of your might, and that you begin to open your mouth and share your story to save